What's up everybody? Today we've got a lot of runes to craft over a handful of our accounts, and I know every so often you guys come to me and you're like, Bagel, can you do a video showing which runes I should be selling, which runes I should be keeping, which runes I should use here and there? And I'm like, that's the runecraft videos. That's what I always try to do in the runecraft videos today. So today we're going to craft a lot of runes, and I'm going to try to explain as we're going what type of units these different, like if I would sell them or if I would keep them on like an alt or a main or whatever, or like what the value is and like where I would stick them on, right? So anyway, let's get it started. Let's start crafting. This one is the main right now that we're on. I don't know what we've even been farming. I just farm stuff. I just farm whatever. So I don't know really that we've been farming anything specific. So we can do Violent and Will. You know what, Violent and Will, honestly, I know we craft those a lot, but they're really the most flexible. So like if we get, see this is nothing, this doesn't have enough stats. Like if we get DPS units stats, then we can put them on a DPS unit. If we get Swift unit stats, support unit stats, we can put them on a support unit. So this is crit damage HP, generally for HP. For if we were gonna do a bruiser, we would want also like speed and attack, power and crit. It doesn't have enough already. It doesn't have enough valuable stats. A lot of times we also need, you don't always need speed, but a lot of times you kind of need speed or just great stats altogether nowadays, because it is, I mean, okay, so for something like this, you could maybe early game keep it, save it if it's maybe rolls triple speed, right? Because if we get a triple speed on this, we can get 555, we get at 20 speed, and then you put like a, I'm not gonna put I wouldn't put an orange gem grind on this, but I would put maybe a purple if it rolls triple speed. So you could get like 20 plus another 4 from a purple, so you have 24. That's not bad, right? I'm gonna sell this because this is my main. I don't need that, but this is just a 5-star blue. I'm just gonna sell that regardless. This is just flat slot 2. I don't need that for anything. Only flat slot 2 I'm interested in is speed. This is blue and resistance and a 5-star. That's just triple whammy of suck. A triple whammy of suck. This is also accuracy. I mean, resistance and accuracy, I don't really like them. I try to not put resistance and accuracy. I don't think I have resistance on slot 6 on anything. Maybe if it's got crazy speed, but aside from that, I really don't see. And then it's a 5-star, and then it's blue. Blue 5 stars are really don't keep. This is, I'm not even gonna roll this for speed, right? You can get a maximum of 18 speed on this. It's still not enough. There's just no point in having a flat 5-star for slot 6 for anything, right? So this HP accuracy attack, if this was a 6-star, might be an okay CR rune maybe, but CR also does need speed, so you need to make up for the speed, the lack of speed somewhere else. Not really an endgame CR rune though. Crit rate, crit damage, even if it was a 6-star, I wouldn't keep it because it's got no speed, or at least more valuable stats. Okay, so this is HP slot 2. What uses HP slot 2? Things that you on Violet, things that you generally want to get, be tanky enough to survive a blast, and get a few potentially get a few turns back to back. So like Guild War units, arena defense units. I mean, this doesn't have enough value. You don't really put this on many units, but the units that you would put it on are maybe an Iona, maybe a Chow, because I see a lot of people running triple HP Ionas on Violent. This way it can stand a bulldozer hit, right, for siege defense. So super duper. I think her base speed is I was gonna say her base speed is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Her base HP is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This I'm not gonna keep. I mean, if you're early game, you know, see if it rolls speed, whatever. If it gets like 2 speeds, you can use it on like an early game Veramos or Bella or something like that for dungeons. If this was a 6-star and your early game, like see if it rolls a couple speed. I mean, early game though, early game, not like mid game, not like playing for 2 years. Start keeping those, like early game. So this is just a flat slot 6. I don't need that for anything. Let's switch to another rune type. We didn't get anything. It's blue plus it's got HP resistance, but it doesn't have enough stats, and it's a 5-star. Let's switch to Will. Will's not bad. Will's another one that's very flexible. This is blue and 5-star, so we don't need it for anything. What is this? Blue and 5-star and flat. That's a triple whammy of suck. I feel like that's gonna be the quote that I'm known for. Like now, I don't know. Just saying that the first time I was like, that's not something that you should have said. So if this was a 6-star, I would definitely keep this and roll this. Because it's got crit rate and speed, which I'm very excited about on a crit damage rune, right? But it is a 5-star. The difference between 5 and 6 stars runes on slot 4 is 15%. So 65% crit damage on a 5-star at max level, and then 80% for a 6-star max level. That's a big difference. That's a big difference. Plus, it's got low crit. I mean, regardless of the low crit rate and speed, it's just not. It's not enough. So this is unfortunately this is just flat. Even if it was, I mean, I'm not gonna keep it even if it was percentage, but resistant crit rate defense, we don't need that for anything. It's 5-star and it doesn't have enough value. This is flat and a 5-star. I mean, flat. So if for some reason this is blue 5-star as well. If for some reason you are new to the game, super new to the game, slot 135. So this is a slot 2. Like this and this and this. Those are 2, 4, 6. And then okay, yours is different than mine. Anyway, 2, 4, 6 can be a bunch of different things. 1, 3, 5, so the one directly up, and then the 2 like here. I'm so good at this, aren't I? I'm so good at this. Are always fixed. So this is a slot 2. Let's see another one. This is another one that's slot 2. Generally, if it's slot 2 HP, I really need some speed somewhere on it, right? So this is a slot 5. It's always going to be flat HP primary stat. So the HP 270. Of course, if it's a 6-star, it's going to have a higher flat HP stat. But you don't. It's not like sell because it's flat HP primary stat. It's always going to be flat HP. So this just doesn't have any other like accuracy and crit damage. I don't need those together unless they also have speed and crit rate and attack percentage. Like this is just not enough value out of that. So this is not bad. This is not a bad rune. So it's got speed, it's got attack, it's got HP. This could be a good rune for CR. This could be a good rune for. It depends on how it rolls. It's flexible. It could, if it rolls high speed, we do one thing. If it rolls high attack, we do maybe something else. So we'll see. We'll see how that rolls. But this is blue 5-star. We don't really need blue 5-star. I mean, this game has been out for long enough that the heck am I keeping shield runes for? Well, if they're good. Right, this could get speed. What would I stick this on? I just basically want to see if it rolls speed. It does roll speed. This is gonna be a quad speed roll. Quad speed roll incoming. I hope this is not a super long video. It's gonna be like 2 hours, isn't it? It's gonna be 2 hours. Ooh, 2 speed rolls. It's gonna be 4 and 4, and then I'm gonna be like sad and happy at the same time. No, it's going to be a 3rd speed roll, and then it's going to go into crit damage at the end. Yeah, it's going to be a 3rd speed roll and go into crit damage at the end. Kind of feel like we might just use the power-up stones to see if this, like at the end, if it rolls speed again, just to make this moving along a little bit quicker. Even though the power-up stone should always be used on the higher numbers, because the more it... Jeez, could you please? Yo, for real? It's a triple speed roll. This is a 1 in 4 chance of being a quad speed roll. Quad speed roll. Quad speed roll. Quad speed roll. I kind of want to use the power stones, but I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it. Like, I want to, but I don't want to. I don't want to touch anything. I'm very superstitious sometimes. Usually not, but sometimes, like this, if it's on a speed roll, maybe we just don't touch anything. One in 4 chance. It's still usable. It's still not bad. So I would even maybe, yeah, I feel like I would stick a purple on that. A purple, an orange. I'm not used to saying I would stick an orange on that. Yeah, we could stick. We could do orange on that. That's not bad. And we could stick that on a lot of different units. Anything like. Since it's such a high speed roll, that opens up more opportunities to you stick this on a bunch of different things. Like, maybe, you know what? For most of you, a Fran or a Chasoon. Probably a Chasoon. This would probably be a safe bet for a Chasoon. I mean, that's a lot of speed, though, for a Chasoon. Chasoon doesn't need this much speed. Anything. Anything that you need. Like, for many of you, this is going to be one of your faster slot ones. So, Chasoon. Stick it on Chasoon. Okay, Bagel, I'm going to stick all my 20 speed runes on Chasoon. I may have 20 speed runes on my Chasoon. I don't know. I don't know what's on my Chasoon. But that's not. But Shield is not a bad 2-set for Chasoon. She awakens into resistance, and she, and Shield is decent for Guild Wars because if you have enough tankiness, she can survive some blasts from DPS units. Okay, so this is a lot of HP. So maybe I would stick this on. It's not really fast enough for. I thought I clicked the stop button. It's not really fast enough for RTA, but you stick this on a defensive unit. Would you stop? I don't want to keep doing this. It's really, I was hoping for at least one speed roll. You know what, for you guys, this would probably be fine on Fran for a while. Not like an endgame. It doesn't have enough speed for endgame Fran, but Fran's heals based on her attack power, and a lot of times you like to have Will on her. Or like basically always you like to have Will on her. But that's a okay Fran rune. Let's do some more. I'm more excited about the ones on my alts. So again, this is flat slot 2. We don't need that for anything. Flat blue 5-star slot 2. Flat blue. Basically, for the most part, anything blue and 5-star you can sell. Crit damage, resistance, accuracy. Okay, here's the thing. For if I want resistance on a rune, I'm also gonna want defense, speed, and HP, because I'm gonna want it for like a supporty unit. If I want accuracy on a unit, I'm definitely gonna want a lot of speed. Speed and accuracy go hand in hand. You could go speed and accuracy and tankiness. You could go speed and accuracy and crit rate, attack, crit damage. But either way, if you have accuracy, you need speed, right? For crit damage, you always want attack power and, well, you don't always want attack, but sometimes if something's based on HP or defense, you want crit damage needs crit rate with it, right? So crit damage, crit rate, and either attack or defense. You need something else to support that crit damage. So these are terrible together. They don't make sense together. They're all in 3 different directions as far as like what you would stick it on. So it's pointless. This is blue 5-star. We're just gonna toss. This is HP and attack, but it doesn't have any speed. I mean, you can't get defense on that slot anyway. I just don't want it. I don't like to keep that. This one, I would want more speed. I would want not innate speed. So, if I was gonna stick HP, because there's really not that many things that you stick HP on slot 2 for. There's a lot of time. I mean, speed is king in this game, right? But the exception is like for Siege. For Siege and Guild Wars, like triple HP sometimes with just a lot of speed in the subs is not bad. I think my like Hoodam, Iona, super duper tanky, Eladriel, like things that revive or things that are like mostly things that revive for HP slot 2. And you still need a lot of speed in subs though. And you need just a lot of value. If you're gonna put HP on slot 2, you need a lot of value just overall. This is speed and crit rate. If you guys keep this rune, I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't put it past you. Like, you can see if it rolls like nice speed, nice crit rate. For me personally, I don't need this, but if you like keep those runes and you roll them to see how they do, that's not bad. This is just, there's not enough speed accuracy. It's a 5-star. And it's just not, like, the only thing I'm excited about is speed. Accuracy and resistance are kind of fake stats. Fake stats, fake stats. This is so defense slot 2 on violent. Violent, a lot of times you want, well, like we said HP on slot 2 for things. Defense slot 2 on violent. Tyrannus, Feng Yan, use that. The thing with defense slot 2 though is like there's very few units that use a defense slot 2 violent rune. For defense slot 2, a lot of times use rage runes because you're doing copper and bulldozer. Sometimes you use a tractor, and a lot of people like to do vampire and tractor. It's not necessary, but a lot of people like to do vampire and tractor. He's the water one, and there's not really too many units that use defense on slot 2, so you can be very choosy with your defense slot 2 runes. Even if this was a 6-star, I would not keep it. Tyrannus needs crit rate and crit damage. Feng Yan does not. But you still want speed and HP on them. Like if this was a Tyrannus rune, if I was trying to rune Tyrannus, I would look for a defense slot 2 with speed, crit rate, crit damage, and HP probably. If I was looking for a Feng Yan slot 2, I would look for defense with speed and HP at least. And maybe resistance too, because sometimes people try to like bomb Feng Yan, but mostly just ignore defense, right? Mostly just like bulldoze. But yeah, I like to rune Feng Yan with a lot of HP, actually. Like defense, yes, of course, and HP as well, because people like to ignore defense on him. So this, I'm actually going to sell. I know it's a legend, but the stats don't make any sense. Like accuracy, first off, it's a low roll. Second off, the accuracy, again, you need like speed for accuracy. We have no speed here. Flat HP is basically meh because you want percentage HP. Resistance is like, okay, we have the resistance and the defense. Resistance and defense at least go together, and that's a high roll into defense. But for this rune, if it had, instead of the accuracy HP, if it had speed, accuracy and flat HP, if it had speed and percentage HP, I would definitely be down for this. We could re-app this, but it's only a slot 3, which is not that premium of a re-app. Violent is a good thing to re-app though. Violent runes are a good thing to re-app, and there's no innate. So I would prioritize. I have so many runes on my, this is my main again. I have so many runes on my main that I don't really need to. I'm gonna sell this, but it's not like, it has potential if you re-apped it, but it's just not as valuable of a re-app target to like start going for re-apps on that. So I know people are gonna cringe. So this I should keep, right? I should keep because it's got some value. You can stay. This is this is one away from. Okay, so for Ancient Rune, this is one away from max on, I believe, on the crit damage, because this is normally a max on crit damage for a regular rune. So we could actually, stick this on a Lucian, but what are we really going to get from this? I would recommend to actually keep this, but I know I'm never going to get grinds for this. I'm curious how it's going to roll, but I don't like that rune. Personally. I know it has value, though. This is just blue 5-star. That's not what you want Ancient Runes for. This is blue 5-star and flat. That's triple whammy of suck. So we could roll for the speed. We could. I'm not going to. I don't care enough. I'm sorry. I've been playing this game for too long. I don't care. I don't care enough about the speed for a 5-star. Like, if it rolls two low rolls, I'm gonna be disappointed. Resistance. So generally on Despair, you want, for the unit that use Despair, you generally want speed and accuracy on Despair, because usually they have strips or other debuffs and AoEs, and you want to outspeed. Like with Despair, you want to outspeed and you want to control. You want to strip things and CC things, and you almost always need speed and accuracy on Despair runes. So this is, even if that was a 6-star, I wouldn't keep that. This video is gonna be forever long. That's a 5-star in blue. I know it's ancient. It could, well, a little bit better value than regular runes, but okay. Flat slot 6. It's got nothing. This is, again, it's nothing. I mean, it's a purple, but this is a flat slot 6. We don't need that for anything. This has got potential. Oh, it's crit damage too. This has got potential. What would I use this for? Okay, so this is a very exciting rune. I know it's Endure. You're like, what do you use as Endure and crit damage? Really not anything. Really not anything uses Endure and crit damage. But I see the crit damage. I see a max roll into accuracy. I see a max roll into speed. And I see attack. It's not max, but maybe if we just keep getting those accuracy, attack, and speed rolls and good value out of them, we can stick this as like a broken set on a Zyros. So, yeah, we can stick this on broken set on Zyros. We can stick this on a Tyran. There's a Sigmaris even. So even though it's an Endure, we don't really care about the Endure set. We care about the stats that it has on it. So let's take a look at the. I mean, we'll roll it. I don't want to keep this. I really don't want to keep this. I mean, we're rolling it just to roll it. I know I'm never gonna get the grinds for this anyway. Hooray, crit damage! But like, you can stick this on a Lucian. So, excuse me, on like a fat Lucian. So I really don't. I don't want to keep this though for anything. But I'm just saying, like, it's not that bad. It's a usable rune. It's a blade. It's got attack and crit damage. Had a high roll into attack. So we would hope for speed and crit rate on this, right? Stick it on Lucian. Or I mean, when I say Lucian, I mean there's other DPS units too. You can stick this on. You can stick this on like a Kali or any of the high elementals. You can stick this on. I mean, there's no speed, so you're kind of limited. It's got crit rate. Okay, so I don't want to keep anything. I'm showing you by keeping it that you should keep it, but I don't really want to keep it. Hey, we could roll this too. Bagel, get to the good one. We're gonna get to the good one. We want to see if this rolls a speed or how this rolls. I mean, if you want to use this for what if it just keeps rolling high rolls into tankiness, you can use this on a reviver. You could use this on a cleanser. What the heck is going on out there? You use it on like a Delphoy for R5 or something like that, which has got resistance. A Miyang or something like an R5 cleanser. Konamiya for R5, something like that, right? Or like a reviver for something. What are we even using this for? I don't know what we're using that for. Interesting subs. Let's go for this. What was that other ring? Was that a defense? Never mind. I don't want to know. We're hoping for dodge flat. Okay, so we got a 5 roll into attack. That's not a great roll. Hoping for speed. Speed, attack, accuracy, high rolls. Mostly high rolls into speed would be premium. It's gonna be like hell to get the grinds for this. They made these grinds for these runes so impossible to get. So like, even if you get good ancient runes, you're still not gonna get grinds for them. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I mean, rip. I don't think I'm gonna keep that for anything, but anyway, let's go to. I think we have more accounts, so let's do those. Okay, now we're on to the Europe server account, and just to recap, the first account, the main. The only good rune that we got from there was something that we got before the video even started, and we just happened to roll it on video. So we're off to a good start. I mean, some of the runes, there were a few that like I think would be okay for some of you guys, but a lot of it was just like, I would say what, 90% of it was just trash, which is pretty standard. A lot of people think that like, oh, I have bad rune luck. Like, no, you just need to farm more because 90% plus is just gonna be trash regardless. So I don't like to use the word trash, but I mean, as far as runes are concerned, like 90% of the runes that you get are trash and they should just be thrown away. And it's just about like farming more and or farming the same amount No, still farm more, but speed up your dungeon run so that per hour you get more runs in, so that you get slightly more runes. That's the way to do it. Speed up the dungeon runs. Make them more efficiently, right? So anyway, what do we have? This is the Europe server account, which it doesn't have. I mean, it doesn't have as good quality runes as the main, of course. Even the main could have higher quality runes, though. Everyone's account can always have higher quality runes, no matter how much G3 legend you are. There can always be better. But this rune is not that bad, considering. Considering it's just an alt, it's not too bad. We can take a look at like the efficiency on. I mean, he's supposed to be slow, right? But it's not like too terrible. Things are fairly grinded. I think we have. What else do we have? This might be okay. Like not bad runes on here. Ooh, not even maxed. Not even maxed, buddy. Of course, we've got to show off the Artemail. Not on destroy, not on crit damage, but stat-wise, it's not that bad. Oh, I didn't even finish my little cat. What else was I gonna show? Oh, this girl. How is she? Oh, she's finally on Will. So I mean, the runes on here are not that bad, but can always get better. I think we need some Swift, though. I think we need some Swift. So what have we been even farming? Oh, we've been farming a lot of everything. Okay, so we'll do some Swift. Maybe we get some Swift stuff. Swift is tricky, man. So for the most part, Swift you need speed. So Swift is much harder to craft runes for and like be happy with the outcome. Anything blue 5-star we're just gonna sell regardless. This is a purple slot 2, flat. We don't need that for anything. So this is 6-star purple, which 6-star purple, but the stats resistance and accuracy together and attack, like they don't make any sense. You don't always need speed for Swift. It's weird. Most of the time you need speed for Swift, right? Most of the time Swift you need speed, but so this is, I mean, this is, you don't even, you use this like your first week of the game, and then that's about it. You don't use that after that. Maybe 2 weeks, but that's about it. If this was 6-star, I might roll it for speed. No, I still wouldn't. I was thinking that I would. This is a blue 5-star. But there's certain instances where you get enough speed just by having the Swift set, and if it's got a lot of value as far as crit rate, crit damage, and attack, just a lot of stat rich there, you can use it on a speed Lucian, and it has enough speed because it doesn't need to go first with the speed Lucian. It just needs to have a lot of stat value. So can we get to, oh, yes, this is beautiful. This is beautiful rune. Love that rune. No, we have to right now. We have to do it right now. How much space do we? Oh, we don't have a whole lot of space. So maybe we'll be a little bit more aggressive with our runes if we don't have that much space. Like I say, I farm these accounts all the time. If you guys are maybe new to the channel or whatever, we got HP. It's the one that we wanted second most. We want speed primarily. HP is the second best. Accuracy is the third best. Okay, please go to speed. We need 2 speed rolls. Please speed rolls. Please speed rolls. I wouldn't react this though. I wouldn't react this, so we need speed rolls. 2 max speed rolls. Cause okay, so for a few reasons, I wouldn't react this. Number 1, it's fails. Number 1 is because it's a slot 1. Number 2, because there's no innate. Number 3, with a Swift, you have less opportunity for a quick, successful re-app. So, with Violent, like, if there's not as much speed and there's a lot of stat value in attack, crit rate, crit damage, it can go one way, you can keep it, you know, do a few re-apps and then it's done, right? If it's got a lot of defense, speed, HP, resistance, you can go on like a support, healer, cleanser, reviver, and then it's done. On Swift, like there's instances where you don't always need speed, but for the most part you need speed. So you're kind of just chasing the dream of 1,000,000 speed, and it's gonna be really, really hard to make that happen. That's why it's not as valuable to craft Swift runes compared to like Violent runes. So I don't really like the craft. I mean, like, it's a speed meta, so you need Swift, but it's much more rough. Like, the requirements to keep a rune. Please say it's HP or crit damage. So this is Garbo, right? It's legend, very exciting, but it's flat legend slot 4. It's got innate speed, so it can never roll speed. You can't even re-app it to speed, right? This is the worst re-app candidate, like, ever. Because you need the speed on the Swift, but you can't even, and flat attack, I would never re-app a flat attack slot 4 ever in a million years. Even if it didn't have the speed innate. Even if we were able to re-app into a speed, there's just no and no and no and no and no. That's such a sad rune for a legend. Like, that's the legend we got. Oh my god. So you get more. See, that's the speed, but like, we don't need. It's not the first month of playing the game, so we don't need a purple 5-star, right? Just to get some speed. Like, if this was a rune that we got 3-4 weeks into playing the game, I would keep this, right? Because you're sticking on Bernard, you do what you gotta do, stick it on Bella, be like, we gotta make something happen. We need to make our first Giants V10 team, but after that, no, we need to continue to raise our rune standards and not invest all our resources, like our mana, into crap runes. Okay, so it's got potential, and it's got speed. That's the only potential. The other stats, I hate on it, but at least we have speed. What is this? I don't want to keep that. I think I was keeping that just like in case I had to complete a set, but we don't need to. I think it was probably from a while ago. It's so disappointing and disappointing. I mean, if we get 3 more rolls into speed, I'll take it, but yeah, crafting Swift is just asking for disappointment. We can craft some other stuff, though. Hooray! So, we should just hit it one more time. I was gonna make a dirty joke. But I decided to take the high ground. Moment of silence for the dirty joke. I don't remember what I was saying. No idea. Hey, we didn't get. Oh, I think I was gonna say, because if we get 2 rolls into speed, we can get a 6 and a 6, which is 12, plus the 9, which is 21, which is not bad. But this is just the no-no, so we're not gonna do it for another. I mean, if you guys are like at the point where like a 15 speed rune, be like, oh, you know, I'll take a 15. You could roll it one more time, but we don't need that. You know, we don't need this either. I don't know why that's being kept. Anyway, moving along. Let's go, you know, let's do some, should we do some will? Let's do some will. Should we do some rage? Let's do some rage. Should we do some rage? We'll do some rage. Okay, we're gonna do some rage. So, for rage, we're looking for, because I want to like switch them up just so we could talk about like the different stats that some of these things need. So this is a 5-star blue, we don't need that. For rage, what we're generally looking for is, you put rage on nukers, so you need enough damage to kill things. So for rage, you need crit damage, crit rate. You definitely need crit rate, otherwise the whole 4 set is useless. There's instances where rage with HP on slot 2 could be useful. There's just not that many of them currently. It's like 8 things that do HP based damage, right? So speed, crit rate, crit damage. This is actually the stats that you want on a rage rune. But these are low rolls, and it's a 5-star rune. So we're going to sell that, but we're hoping to get one of those in a 6-star. No, we don't need that. There's, again, some instances where you could use that. This is crit damage and defense. 1 away from max on crit damage, 3 away from max on defense. And then there's no, you don't know if you're going to get crit rate on it. So this could be okay for a copper or a bulldozer. But to be honest, like, if you're going to farm for rage, you're going to get, like, an abundant, like, okay, if you're going to farm for rage, you're going to get either Lucian runes or copper bulldozer runes. And are you going to build so many coppers and bulldozers that you're going to keep this? To be honest, I would just prefer to keep rolling for more runes. It just doesn't have enough value, but it does have. So this is an okay copper rune, maybe. We would hope. Let me explain. So this is rage and this is defense. We want enough damage with whatever rage to for the most part, to nuke. I mean, we're chasing damage. We're chasing big DPS with the rage. So you may ask yourself, why would you need attack percentage if you're going to put this on a copper or a bulldozer? Because they're based on defense. Copper will still do extra damage with his attack stat. Bulldozer will not. But we still want crit damage on here too. So we're still going to have to, we're going to take that. Actually, we're probably going to take the resistance. We're going to keep the flat defense. We're going to grind it. And then we're going to change the resistance. Watch, it rolls resistance. We're going to change the resistance into crit damage. Okay, so this is looking like it's a copper rune, actually. Weirdly enough. And we would grind the defense. Like, we wouldn't even roll over it, keep the resistance. We would grind the flat defense. And I might even consider putting, like, a legend grind on this, weirdly enough. Like a flat defense. And you may think to yourself, like, well, why would I even keep a legend grind for flat defense? I don't need that for anything. And for a situation like this, oh man, that's sad. That's sad. I didn't want that resistance. When do you ever want resistance? That's just a sad resistance roll. 9 resistance with a base plus 1 roll into it. Jeez. Feels fat, man. I don't remember. I started saying something else before about, like, if you're new to the channel, something, but I forgot what I was saying. I do that. I'm sorry. I don't mean to do that. Hey, it's a defense roll. So that's what we do, and then we try to get the crit damage. We just keep rolling into it. I don't care. Hey, another 16. Well, actually, it was probably lower than 16, wasn't it? Hey, a 20. You know, that's good enough. I'll probably stick one of these. We'll stick one of those for now. 6. So that we could use on a copper. And sometimes that little extra flat defense does make a difference, though. Like, when the enemy's just gonna hang on for a little thread, like you ignore defense, especially with the copper, if you ignore defense, they hang it just a little bit more. That extra flat defense can make a difference. Also, if the enemy's trying to be a copper trap and has a lot of stacked defense, that little extra defense could put you over the double defense threshold to actually nuke it down. Oh my god, baby, talk so much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's do some more rage. Actually, let's do some violent, because we have a lot of violent stuff. Let's do some more rage and then we'll do violent. It's like, reminds me of like a interior design decorating show, theme song or something. I don't know. So if I would maybe, okay, if this was a 6-star, I would keep this for Sigmaris. I know it doesn't have crit rate, it doesn't have speed. We could make up for that in maybe some other ones, like the other 5 runes, right? But I think Sigmaris awakens into crit rate. Does he? He might awaken into crit rate. But this is not bad for like a Sigmaris rune. That's not really for anything. That's flat slot 4. We don't need that for anything. That's another flat 1. We don't need it for anything. That's a blue flat end slot 6 and every all the badness. So this again a copper kind of situation. I wanted to build a copper on here anyway. I don't know what runes we have. We may already have better stuff for copper than that, but that would be like a copper situation or bulldozer. But the attack sub would be better for copper. Rage defense. What else would I stick? Would I stick anyone else on rage defense? I'm trying to think. Like rage defense. I feel like. See this one you could roll for speed. I'm not gonna roll for speed. That just has no extra value. That's a flat. That's a blue 5-star. I mean, it's always gonna be flat for that slot. That's a flat slot 2. We don't want that unless it's speed. This one, if it was a 6-star, I would roll to see if it gets speed. That's about it. This one is Garbo, it doesn't have enough stats. This is a flat slot 2 and a 5-star. This is a flat, not a flat. It says blue 5-star, blue 5-star, blue 5-star. All blue 5-stars always get sold. So this has speed. We could roll to see if it gets speed. If it gets the attack, then that's a different story. Like, if it keeps rolling into attack, that's one thing. But if it gets... We're hoping for speed. I don't want it to keep rolling into attack, because if it keeps rolling into attack, I would want it to also have crit rate and crit damage, right? Which it doesn't have. So we're hoping for, like... I don't know. We'll see how it rolls. We just want it to dodge flat HP and roll big. For the most part. We stick this on many DPS units that require rage. And we didn't get... I'm not... You could see if it rolls... speed again, because it could get 17 speed, and then grinding on top of it would give it 20 speed or 21 speed. But I don't care enough about that. I don't care enough about that on it. Let's do violent. Let's go back to violent. We didn't do any violent on this account. So if you're like somewhat early transitioning into mid-game, this could be okay for like your first set on like a Bella or a Veramos or something like that. I don't need it on here, but again, same situation kinda. This is terrible for everything. If you have that on Ciara, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Speaking of Ciara, you could stick this maybe on a CR. It's got innate speed, but at least it's got some speed there. Attack and accuracy. See, here's the thing. Like, for Ciara on HP slot 4, that's more of an RTA Ciara, like Bruiser Ciara, right? For a Bruiser Ciara, you would also want it to be very... For an RTA Bruiser Ciara, you also need it to be stat rich. So you also need better than blue, and then you also need... speed not in innate, and much better than this, but it's like the start of a Bruiser Ciara. So if you want to like maybe it's Bruiser Ciara E. You know what? Also, this is maybe like a Dragon Knight could use this. Like a monkey could use this. Monkey King. What else? Like this is like a violent Bruiser Rune, basically. I don't want to keep this. You guys get mad at me if I sold this? I'm sorry. I'm just selling it so that one of you gets it. But yeah, it could use if the accuracy was innate and the speed was able to be rolled, that'd be even better. So this again, this is for kind of a like a Bruiser. Again, like a Wind Monkey or a Chow or something. You want to eventually get that attack in there and speed. The Chow doesn't really need accuracy. The Wind Monkey kind of can use accuracy because skill 1 and 2 need accuracy. No, I wouldn't put a ton of accuracy on Wind Monkey though. But it is a thing that you can use there. This is just blue 5-star. We don't even need to talk about that. This is unfortunately flat. Unfortunately flat. I want to make another dirty joke about that, but I won't. We will continue. Please speed! HP, okay. Oof. Here's the question, right? So it's got crit rate, it's got crit damage. It could be, you know, like I say, for a Chow. When I say Chow, though, it doesn't necessarily have to be a Chow. I kind of... I mean, I don't want to re-app this, but... I mean, it's got potential. Like Beast Monk kind of thing. Oh, if it keeps rolling attack, I might stick like 1 or 2 re-apps into it. I don't really want to re-app this, though. Because it doesn't have innate, but it is a legend, number 1. It also is a violent rune, number 2. It's not the worst to re-app. It's got crit rate, okay. I'm thinking Beast Monk for this. I really wish it didn't roll with a flat attack, because I really didn't... That's like the last thing I wanted. I was hoping for crit rate, but I think it just... Like a Chow or a Beast Monk, or something like that. Right, because the crit rate and crit damage. Unfortunately, it doesn't have speed. Well, we could make up for the fact that it doesn't have speed, but if it rolls another crit rate. I thought I smelled smoke. It wasn't Smith. I don't think it's smoke. I hope it's not smoke. It rolls another crit rate. That's not bad. Because Beast Monks, when they crit with skill 1, they get a speed buff. So, it's not bad for that. I'm trying to think who else I would want to use this for. Aside for this, look, it's kind of like a Beast Monk rune or like a Chow. It got 21 crit rate. I don't even want to. You know what? I don't. This is kind of what I want to do with this. I want to grind that. I want to put speed on here, and then I want to just call it a day, right? And just use it for a Beast Monk. I don't think I would re-up that because it's got crit rate. It rolled in the crit rate, so we don't need to do that. I think Force of Habit. Let's do some will. That's blue 5-star. We don't need that. Do we really need a whole lot of will for anything? That's HP and accuracy. It doesn't have speed. It doesn't have enough tanking. It just doesn't have enough stats. This is only a 5-star. I don't like to keep... This is terrible because it's just crap stats. So this is... I mean, if this was a... I'm not going to keep it as a 5-star. Plus, it got low rolls. Low roll into crit rate, low roll into accuracy, low roll into HP, low roll into attack. Innate speed. I mean, there's just so many negatives. If this was a 6-star and it had high rolls, I would consider maybe... Tyrannus actually this would work nicely on Tyrannus. This would work nicely on... also, you could put Will on Copper or Bulldozer. It's not bad either. So if it was a 6-star and it had high rolls, you could put it on one of those units. But if there's a 6-star, I might keep it and stick it on like a support unit, like a Fran or a Chasun or something like that. You don't need to put... I don't know. I feel like I would rather put... If I had to choose the Will runes, I would rather put the Will runes on the Fran and use it in RTA. And then Chasun you really don't use in RTA. Maybe some people do. But you'd usually use Chasun in Guild Wars, and she awakens into Resistance. I'll show you. The Chasun Awakenings. First I have to find Chasun. So you can see her awakening bonus over here. Resistance by 25%. So she's got some resistance there already. So I feel like shield is not bad for Chasun. I don't know. I've always gravitated towards like the will on the Fran, the shield on the Chasun, the revenge on the Elucia. Right? If you have to choose one for each support unit. So that's just flat. I'm just crafting a bunch of different stuff. So we need Swift, but the Violent is the best to craft. The best value. So this is just another blue 5-star. We don't need that for anything. This is Adrian. This blue 5-star. We don't need that for anything. Speed and crit. There's just not enough value. That's a low roll in the speed. That's not a great roll in the crit rate. And we can do better. I mean, you could get a 16 speed roll if you guys would roll that speed. That's not the, I'm not going to hold it against you for rolling to try to get like a 16 speed roll. This has potential. Crit rate, speed, resistance, crit damage. Okay. So we would, unfortunately the resistance is the max roll instead of like one of the other ones, but we could use that for, we would take the resistance, we would turn it into attack power though. Well, depending on how it rolls. Generally speaking though, we take the resistance, turn it into attack power. Crit rate blue. So I sold a 5-star legend just like 10 seconds ago. I sold a 5-star legend defense one. There's just not a lot of units that need slot 4 defense. You can put it on a few different support units, but generally you'd want like 6-star, right? Because you'd still prefer HP, right? So there's not too many that are like, oh, defense slot 4, slot 4. If it was a 6-star, if it had speed and HP and resistance maybe, I would stick it on Feng Yan, but it was just a 5-star defense. And it's just too easy to ignore defense or kill something with a defense break based on that. This, if it was maybe purple, it had a higher roll into HP and it had some speed, would be maybe a Feng Yan rune or something. Apparently I like to rune Feng Yans. I don't know, guys. Well, there's not a lot of defense units that are really viable, though, if you think about it. So you're kind of limited. Okay, so attack slot 4. I know a lot of you guys like to keep your attack slot 4s. There's not a lot of units that really use attack slot 4. Bombers and bombers. I know some of you like to rune your water sky dancers or Miang or Fren or things like that, or Alucia with attack, but honestly they just die too fast if you do that. They should have attack and subs. They should still have like tanky slot 4 and 6, like speed slot 2 and then tanky slot 4 and 6. I would say there's like an exception to that rule is like high level Miang players like that are like Guardian plus, crit damage on slot 4, but that's like a different ballpark, right? That's a different, like, then you just have all the stats everywhere and you just have crit damage on your support units because you have crit damage on your support units for the same reason like Josephine has crit damage in like Guardian, which you don't need crit damage on Josephine just overall, but people do crit damage on Josephine for Guardian, people do crit damage on Miang in Guardian. The few people that use Miang in Guardian. The same reason like Yen Hong uses crit damage, because it's based on speed and you need extra damage somewhere if you're using a lot of supports, right? You need to make sure there's damage coming from something. But generally speaking, for Alucia, for Fran, for Miang, I know they do heals based on attack power, but still gotta just get attack in subs, right? Just try to get the little attack here and there on all the substats of the runes, not the primary stats on those units, because you need the tankiness. Otherwise, if your friend has like no tankiness, she's gonna die fast. So this is attack. It has like, it's first off, it's blue, which is you know you want more out of it. But if it had crit damage and crit rate, or crit rate and speed, I would keep it. But it has defense and resistance, and that's really not for DPS units the things that you want to go for on that. Also, for the most part, this is just blue 5-star and flat, so it's just terrible. See, this one's interesting. This one's not bad. We're gonna roll that. That could be like a beast monk. That could be for a lot of different things. Actually, that could be also Verti-heal as well, because it had the crit rate too. So. Okay, 5-star blue. So just sell that. I think that this video is getting way too long already, so we'll just call it a day after these. After these messages, this is just gonna be all bad. Let's do some of these. Let's do some despairs. I don't know why I'm switching already. Let's just do 5-star. These runes, I kind of want more stats than usual from them, because it's so hard to get grinds that you better be a usable rune without grinds, because I may not get the grind for you anytime soon. So that's 5-star. So. See, this is speed and HP. We'll keep it, we'll roll the speed. Oh no! We'll keep it, roll the speed. Why are we, what do we keep here? Honestly, I'm probably just gonna toss this. Because I would prefer if it had speed, crit rate, and yeah. Let's take a look. No, let's do defense slot 2. So we have so many of these already. We have speed crit damage here. We have speed. We don't need the speed here. We're just gonna toss that one. We need crit damage, crit rate, and attack power is fine. So this is a better copper rune than this one is. Well, actually, it depends on how it rolls. But it kind of is. And this one we're looking for copper bulldozer runes, right? So this is not. We don't have the crit rate. We don't have the crit damage. So we'll toss that one. If this rolls resistance again, it's going bye-bye. Because we're not building 400 coppers. Hate to disappoint. Hate to disappoint, but we're not building 400 coppers. Okay, so we're going to toss that. No crit damage, no crit rate. Let's see if this rolls. Actually, even the defense is not the worst thing in the world. It's weird to say flat defense is not the worst thing in the world, but we just want high rolls. That's a high roll. We would like some more. We got innate speed, which is not, for this rune, it's not that bad to get innate speed. So, because we're just going to be boosting it with, like, Olivia, or we're going to be boosting it with Immensity or something like that anyway. So we're hoping for high rolls into crit damage. We want 12 crit damage. That's what we want, because the best roll for crit damage on a 6-star rune is... This is Copper Rune, okay. So we're hoping for another crit damage. We're hoping for 19 crit damage. Let's see a 19 crit damage, and then we will gem a crit rate into this, and this will be a Copper Rune. 19 crit damage. That's the dream, right? That's the goal. That's the best case scenario. '24 attack is also good. That is max. That is max attack. 8 and 8 and 8. That is max attack. Okay. We got a max roll on the crit damage. The starter was not a great roll. I mean, the starter wasn't like, yeah, you could say roll for that. It didn't start well, but we did get a max roll on crit damage. So that is actually a usable, I don't think we have any attack percentage grinds, but it is usable. That's a good Copper Rune. I'm hoping for crit rate. We'll take a HP though. I can't really complain. I think I would do... Let's see if we get a 6. Let's give it one of these. 4. 5. Whatever. I do think we might need crit rate. We only have the 1. I might need to use that on Lucian. I should probably build like a how do the British people say it? A proper Lucian team. We can stick that on here for now, but that's probably going to get grinded over at some point with crit rate. But for now, it's usable. So that's a Copper Rune right there. GG. I didn't even pay attention to this one. So we would just hope for crit rate here, but probably just toss it. Probably it's not going to roll crit rate and we just toss it. Yeah, we just toss this one. Hoping for crit damage here. We don't even want the speed, we just want the crit damage. Because again, we're going to use like Immensity to boost it up anyway. So we just want as much damage output as possible. GG. We're hoping for 12 crit damage, and then we hope for some crit rate in subs. Unfortunately, you don't see too many other... I wish they had more defense-based units, though. But Lucian is a thing. 12 crit damage, okay. So we can stick this on a Bulldozer. I think we have Bulldozer runes already, but... Hoping for crit rate after this. How we may or may not use this. The other one is a better one, but... yeah, the other one's a better one. But maybe we use that at some point. What do we even have here? Hopefully this rolls double speed. Because it can roll 6 and 6, and then we get a 19. Nope. So this is still not bad. We could keep rolling it. I don't think... Honestly, I don't think I'm even going to use it on this account, because we don't have gems for it, so it's just going to sit there like vanilla. Although we don't have... I mean, grinds, or gems. We're just going to sit there vanilla for a while. So I'm going to toss this. But it's not that bad. I mean, it's not great, but... What am I doing then? What am I doing today? Tanky bruisery stuff. Tanky bruiser and will go kind of hand in hand, but I still wish this had speed on it. Well, this one has speed. Now we're just rolling stuff that we already have. So here I would hope for crit damage. This could be like an R5 thing. Because you know you need will and crit... man. Maybe you could even use this for Swift Will Lucian, depending on if it rolls speed and crit damage, high values. Because it's got innate crit rate. Is that going to be enough? I don't think this is going to be enough. It might be enough. Why do you gotta do this? You know what? This is actually could be usable. I didn't like it at first, but I think this actually could be usable. Especially if we roll another speed. Can we get a 20 speed? Could be a Theomars. Rip. I don't know if I'm actually gonna use that, but could have been a Theomars slot 2, right? Attack or damage attack. Theomars with just speed and subs, trying to get to like 200 speed and subs. So. No. Oh, check out this arena defense. It gets wins sometimes though. Oh, not very many wins. Okay. But it had some wins the other day. I think we're like fighter 2 now. That's why it's not getting any wins. But yeah. Lulz, Elucia defense. What are we doing? Let's craft some Despair, and then we'll call it a day. So for Despair, we want high speed, accuracy, and, well, not blue 5-star. Not blue 5-star speed and accuracy. And then we can either go for a defense and HP and tanky stats on something like a Praha, or we can go for where else can we go? We can go for a like crit damage and attack and crit rate on like a more aggressive unit, like maybe like a Despair Zyros even, right? So this we could see if it rolls speed. It's not bad to keep that. I would actually recommend that you guys keep that and see if it rolls speed. Maybe you can get even 16 speed and then you can grind it to 20. I'm gonna toss this, but I would recommend that you guys at least see if it rolls like a couple speed. So it's not a bad chance to roll speed. Attack on slot 4. There's only bombers use attack on slot 4. And half the bombers are, I mean, kind of an RTA now. People running like hybrid bombers too. So even those don't use attack on slot 4. See, this has speed slot 2. So we're hoping for HP actually. That could be a usable room. This is speed slot 2, right? So you know you're getting speed there. I wouldn't re-app it, but that one had crit rate and crit damage, which we could hope for crit rate and crit damage, but it didn't have any speed. And it didn't have any, well, no, crit damage. Did it have crit rate, crit damage, or crit damage attack? I already forgot. Crit rate and attack. But this doesn't have speed. So if we're just trying to go for juicy crit rate, crit damage attack, we're not going to try to craft Despair runes for that. We're going to go for Rage, or we're going to go for Fatal. Alright. So let's see how that Despair one rolls. So I'm going to sell this, but I would recommend that you keep this and see if it rolls speed. But personally, I'm going to sell that. This doesn't have enough stats. This is a flat slot 2, so we don't need that. I think, again, we just didn't get any good runes. I mean, we could re-app this to get a little speed and use it like on an arena offense Zyros. Some people run Despair Zyros. Zyros on Despair is not bad. It's got the innate accuracy too. So this is not the worst thing to re-app. It's not that bad. I'm trying to think who else I would use for Despair with attack. But we still want some speed on it somewhere. So we could probably like re-app that 1 or 2 times and then call it a day. Because it's got the innate. And the innate is not speed. So we have a better... When it has innate, it has a better chance to roll speed and multiple speed rolls too. So we're hoping for speed on this. Okay, what do we have? What are we keeping here? Oh, I forgot about that. My headphones are doing some weird stuff, man. They're doing some weird stuff. Or maybe it's my head doing some weird stuff. Speed roll, okay. So that's good for... I mean, this is good for a lot of different support units. If it rolls more crit rate, we would stick it on a Vertiheal. If it rolls more speed HP, we stick it on like a Fran. It rolled a low crit rate, okay. Or we can stick it on a Beast Monk, because Beast Monks need crit rate as well, or like a Chow or something. Anything that's supposed to have a lot of HP and also do some damage too. So any tanky bruiser, fast tanky bruiser. Or tanky bruisers should be fast just anyway, right? Because everything should be fast, aside from Leo. And Ragdoll, I guess you don't really need to be that fast. I've seen even slower Ragdolls than usual lately. I don't even know. People run their Ragdolls like 50 speed. I'm like, what? Okay. I mean, I know Ragdoll doesn't need that much speed, but 50? 50 speed Ragdoll. Scary. Or maybe just for the fact that, like, if you have Ragdoll, you don't really need good runes. You can win without good runes. Okay, so we got a 6 roll into HP, not optimal because we could have got up to an 8. And we got a low roll into crit rate. I mean, it's okay for like a mid-game. Like I said, you stick this on a mid-game Vertiheal, you stick this on mid-game Beast Monk, you stick this on, it's usable. It's usable rune, but nothing to write home about. Right? Nothing's gonna win you crazy matches. So here we're hoping for a lot of speed and crit rate. And we're going to see what we do about the resistance and crit damage. We got a speed roll, that's good. Good start. When you start rolling speed, then it starts to become less, more flexible. Oh god, why? That's so ugly. Okay, so it turned into a purple rune basically. Cause we could have got a crit, we could have had 7 crit damage, like right off the bat. And it's only 1 above the crit damage, like the starter crit damage, and speed could be 6 and 6, so it's actually, it rolled itself into a purple rune, basically. Yes! So we got a 6 that time, but still. I mean, at least it's not resistance, but I'm not excited about this. We would probably gem over the if it rolls speed, we'd gem over the resistance, stick it on Theomar, something like that. And maybe stick attack power over the resistance. So, or HP, even. Stick it on a Beast Monk. I'm trying to think, why every time we do these videos, I can only think of like 12 different units that the game even has in it. So. But like when I say, okay, when I say like, when I say Beast Monk, that also applies to like other tanky bruisers. So not just Beast Monks, other tanky bruisers that do damage based on their max HP. So apply Beast Monk to, hey, we got speed. It was a low roll into speed, but we could use that. We could maybe put a blue thing over resistance and stick it on like some kind of DPS unit, like a Theomars or something like that. That's the attack one. This we're just hoping for speed, because the rest of the stats are just fat butthole. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not family friendly. The rest of the stats are festive Christmas fat butthole. Oh, that's not family friendly either. You just think hang candy cane. Never mind. So we're gonna toss this one. We're not even gonna bother re-upping it or whatever. We could see if it rolls more speed, but honestly, it's a 1 in 4 chance of rolling speed, and then it could be like a 4 stars or a 4 speed roll. We could have seen if it rolled more speed, but I didn't care about it at that point. I don't know. I'm getting tired. Oh, great. It's already, we've been recording for well over an hour. We want a 5 HP. I mean, not a 5. Oh, God. An 8 HP. Oh, no. No, I asked for a 5. It gave me a 5. Oh, jeez. End of the video. Hope you guys... 5 into HP. Really? We want a 5 into HP? Okay, baby, if you say so. Hey, do we have any boxes from Siege? You don't know. I don't know why I'm asking you. We want an 8 into HP. What did I say? 5 into speed? What? I don't know. What the hell was I saying? This has just turned into a terrible run. Okay, we're going to toss that. It goes back into the ecosystem so you guys can get it on your accounts. I know you're not going to toss it. I know you're going to keep it. Anyway. Oh, cool. I didn't even do Siege. So at least we got some points. We won some defenses. So anyway, I think that's about it. Right? Is that it? Is that it? Too bad we don't have any, It's almost like we summoned a legendary. Oh, let's summon the second legendary. Oh, fire jack-o'-lantern. Rip. Too bad. All right, guys. Anyway, that's it for this one. I'm not doing the other accounts because this is just already over an hour. We don't need it to be like a 3-hour video. So anyway, excuse me. That's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you as always in the next one.